So like I'd tell my jokes, and then sometimes I'd do like a Q&A with them, you know, just for fun, because it's a fun way to like, the kids get to ask questions, and you get to fuck around and come up with things on the fly. And some guy said, "Do you know any jokes or something along those lines?" Right? And I said, "I don't remember anyone." I go, "Okay, I remember this one: 2 Jews walk into a bar, they buy it." That joke, a guy came up to me after the show.
We are taking Alpha.
I said, "What's offensive about it? That Jews are successful at business? What's offensive? Did I use the word Jew? 2 Jews walk into a bar? They went to a bar? What part's offensive? Are you just looking to be offended, or are you actually offended?" And he was flabbergasted. He didn't know what to say because he was a fucking 19-year-old kid.
We are
and he
taking
thought
Charlie.
He was a socially awkward person, and he thought, this is my opportunity to be right.
Yeah.
And he just, I'm offended.
Folksroy is
and
being
there's all these
attacked.
kids supporting each other. Yes, you do have the right to be offended. They're all fucking dumb
have
as shit,
taken
and
Alpha.
they don't have any life experience, and they don't have a nuanced view of the world
Delta
yet.
is
And
being
they're
attacked.
exercising this new muscle of learning how to call someone on their bullshit, man, on the patriarchy, on this cisgendered male
Egos are being
heteronormative
attacked.
bullshit that you see every day, and they're like finding this opportunity to express this rage, and then eventually, hopefully they'll settle in, and hopefully they'll sort of like, as time goes on, they have more experience, they'll sort of realize how ridiculous they were, you know, when they were younger. But it's like a natural inclination.
We have a lost
to, like,
Delta.
you know you fucked up, and you know you've done
We have
wrong
a taken
things, so when you
Bravo.
see it in other people, call it. So
Yeah.
this one kid that said this to me,
We
that
have
was
a
the
lost
extent of our
control.
conversation.
We have
I
a
said,
lost
"That's ridiculous."
ego.
I go, "It's not offensive." I go, first of all, I'm not racist. A racist joke, it'd have to be really good, you know, and then, so we should never tell racist jokes. I go, "That's not true." If you made me laugh with a really funny racist joke, I'm thankful, because you made me laugh. I don't think you think that everything you say is a fucking sworn statement, an affidavit that you're giving in court. I assume that when you're doing the art of stand-up comedy, you're going to say things you don't really mean because they're funnier than what you really mean.
Yeah.
And that's part of the art form. Just like when you listen to a song, you know, Bob Marley didn't really shoot the sheriff, okay? Probably didn't shoot anybody. And it's like, it's part of the art. It's making shit up. And when you take that away, because people are going to be offended, well, then you remove almost every movie that's ever been made. You remove almost every book that's ever been written. You take away almost every stand-up comedian set, and you just get, you fucking nerf the shit out of the world. And everybody's boring. And that's not the answer. It's not the answer.
I think this is all the reason why I'm so happy to have done the Justin Sacco story in my book. Because I had so much pushback, I feel more and more happy that I did it.
We are taking Delta. Entire defenses are active.
And somebody in the Q&A called out, "Are you a racist?" And I was like, Justin. And it's like, you know, so for 30 years I'm writing about abuses of power. And the first time I say we are the ones abusing our power, someone yells out, "Are you a racist?" And then,
Rajin Bao, take COVID.
Isn't that one person? Are you just dealing with really simple thinking? Like, that's just not a nuanced, objective, well thought out of a human being. What you're doing is looking for an opportunity to call them out. Looking for an opportunity to shame you. And that's what the problem is, this social justice warrior. It's manufacturing a lot of hate, and it's manifesting itself in a very angry people that are pro-gay rights, pro-transgender rights, pro-gay marriage, pro-choice, pro-love, pro-left-wing ideology, you know, there's like do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This whole idea of like creating a more peaceful world, and the way they're going to do it is by ruining everybody who doesn't agree with them and shitting all over them and insulting them.
yeah, and not distinguishing between what's actual social justice and what's a kind of cathartic alternative to social justice, like the destruction of Justine. The destruction of Justine doesn't do any good for anybody, because she wasn't even intending to be racist. She's going to be like a car. She's going to be like Trey Parker and that stuff.
Right, this isn't
So that's
someone
not-
that shot a kid with a pistol or anything.
Exactly, and this is the real problem, and the inability to take the serious transgression and the unserious transgression. And what it's creating is a kind of surveillance society. It's creating a kind of Stasi where everybody's more fearful, everyone's scared to say things. The great thing about social media was how it gave a voice to voiceless people.
We are
and
taking
now
Charlie.
People are fleeing social media because they
Delta
realize
is
that the
being
smartest way
attacked.
to survive is to go back to being voiceless.
Did you guys see that the fucking director of X-Men, he quit?
Yeah.
He quit Twitter because of all the mean tweets that he got.
Makes
And
sense.
it's all from social justice warrior types. All these people that are angry, they're calling him a sexist and an ableist and transphobic, like all this crazy shit. This guy calls himself a feminist. I mean, he's like a really sweet, progressive guy, and he got attacked for the way he portrayed Scarlett Johansson's character in the movie. It's so fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, well, it was that whole thing where what was it? Chris Evans and they got attacked because they called a fictional character. They called Scarlett Johansson's character a slut, and they're like, that's slut shaming. Who?
Slut shaming someone that's not even real.
Like, so if I call the Easter Bunny a cocksucker, are you gonna come after me and be like, well, that's just gay bashing?
Oh,
what?
God.
No, it doesn't exist.
Well, there was somebody got this one guy who's like a famous social justice warrior. He's such a twat.
Yeah.
And he was typing in all this shit and putting all these tweets about X-Men, Ultra, about it being violent, all these different things. Like, do you know what the fuck you went to see?
It's
You went to
X-Men.
see a goddamn comic book movie.
Right? You didn't go see Anthony Hopkins in Remains of the Day. Like you're seeing a fucking X-Men movie.
He was comparing it to. It was really hilarious, actually. He was comparing it to war and like the attitudes that we have on the military invasion of other countries, and the use of aggression. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Isn't that a guy you block on Twitter though?
No,
like,
he
who takes
blocked
this
me.
guy serious?
He blocked me.
He blocked you.
He blocked me. I won't mention his name. He's like Candyman. I won't mention his name because he's such a dork.
He showed you, Joe.
But he blocked me without me even mentioning his name. I don't mention any of these guys' names anymore because I feel like a lot of these guys. This is why I know that they're attention whores, because all of their posts are complaining. That's all they're doing is complaining.
You're not creating.
You're not only not creating, you're not contributing. You are just fucking bitching all the time.
Yeah.
What a miserable cunt you have to be. We live in an amazing time.
Yeah.
You can get video on your phone. You go outside, you hear birds chirp. You meet people, you hug them, and all you're doing is complaining about a fucking cartoon movie. Somehow or another, this is the degradation of the moral fiber of our culture and the degrading of women and dehumanizing.
What was their message behind the Hulk smashing a Mercedes? Is that we need to not buy foreign cars? No, it's because it looked fucking cool.
Cunts.
That's it.
It's cunts. The world's filled with cunts.
Someone gave me the best advice I ever got for being in show business is, Brad, just remember, nobody cares about you.
That's not true. That advice sucks. Whoever
I
said
love that
was
advice.
Shitting on you.
I love that advice. No, and
They were
not
fucking with you.
Your parents tell you that?
every day of my life. No, like I love that advice not for the fact that nobody cares in terms of no one like loves you or anything like that, but a lot of these people get in their own heads, and it's very narcissistic where it's like, oh, this person tweeted this, so this offends me, or how does this affect me, or this person didn't book me on this show, so he is mad at me. It's like, or there's 22 million comics in LA and he didn't book on the show that week. Calm down.
Okay, you're talking about a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just talking about people who are just egomaniacs,
Right.
completely obsessed with themselves. Don't be that. Yeah,
Yeah,
good
like-
advice. This poor fucking Josh Whedon guy, or Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Your
Whedon?
total has been destroyed.
Whedon.
Place another.
Who is this person?
This is the guy that directed the X-Men.
Yeah.
I read some of the tweets, and holy fuck, did they go after this guy?
Yeah, but if that happens to me all the time, when you just block it, you don't quit Twitter. Why would you quit Twitter? Why wouldn't you just block that shit?
Because he's tired of assholes.
Yeah, I think
Scout,
when it becomes
report it.
part of your day to go through your Twitter and like when that becomes, when it's adding stress that you don't have to have, and Josh doesn't need Twitter. He directs movies, he makes a ton of money, good for you.
Well, I think
That's it.
that sometimes it's great. I love Twitter. I love communicating with people online. It's just you take a risk that you're going to run into cunts.
Yep.
And if you only run into my opinion on the amount of people that suck is it's a very small amount. But if they're a vocally active, very small amount. If you look at some of these people, like we were talking about the social justice warrior guys, that guy had fucking 15 tweets about X-Men. And I'm not bullshitting. 15 tweets about how horrible it was, and sexist, and ableist, and all this different stupid fucking shit. If you are one person and you have all these comments on the horrible nature of this one particular thing, it's like this guy runs into that and he's fucking tired of it. He doesn't want to deal.
And there's, I mean, it's strange because all these social media platforms, like you say, they're unbelievable in terms of the fact that you can communicate with anyone. You could get, because before you didn't know how to get access to someone that you were a fan of or that you watched on TV. You wouldn't know how to do it. Like you gotta go to a publicist. You gotta write a fan club, and then you didn't know what to do. Now you can instantly say something to anyone, and they have a good possibility of seeing it. That part is unbelievable. But then you have so much else that comes with it, where now because people have that voice, now they feel like people need to hear their voice constantly in whatever topic that might be, whether it be I got offended at this personal thing. Everyone needs to know I was offended by that. Everyone needs to stop and acknowledge.
They're trying to get social points. So when they're complaining about something or calling something sexist or calling something homophobic or whatever they're doing, sometimes they're complaining, but oftentimes what they're doing is they're trying to show you that they know that something's bad, which makes them of a high moral fiber.
Yes.
They're trying to show you that they're a very moral person with really strong, intelligent opinions, and that these assholes,
I get that all the time.
Neanderthals that are ruining the world, they're below them.
I get that because I say the word midget a lot, and that is apparently a horrible word.
Dude, you got a fucking green light to say midget like I got a green light to say guinea. Okay? If anybody gets mad at me for calling Italians guineas, even though my last name is Rogan, I am mostly Italian, so fuck you. And if you don't think they're guineas, you need to meet my fucking relatives. I'll show you some pictures of some grown men with gold chains, okay?
Like, yeah, but I get attacked all the time for saying the word midget in my act, and it's just like, and people say like, aren't you concerned about the message that you're sending, that this word is okay? And I was like, why is it bad? I'm still trying to figure out why people don't like that word.
Well,
I don't know.
I think it's a language police issue. There's people that tried to get rid of bossy. Remember that? They tried to get rid of bossy a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They gave it a hard push too, and everybody went, fuck you.
Yeah, no, that's
enough.
Yeah, and I think we need to do that on a lot of people complaining about certain words that we can't say.
That shows you, like, why would anybody want to get rid of bossy? Is bossy really so strong? You know what? And it was
Didn't they say
idea was that it was
sexist or something?
They're saying that they use the word bossy to describe women, the women that are powerful or women that are strong and in charge, that they're bossy, and that you're demeaning them and trying to marginalize them in some sort of way. And get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Dude, ban bossy. When a little boy asserts himself, he's called a leader. Yet when a girl does it, she's risked being branded bossy. Words like bossy send a message. Don't raise your hand or speak up. By middle school, girls are less interested in leading than boys. Listen, man, there's a lot of that that's social. There's a lot of that that's learned behavior, and there's a lot of that that's biological. And that's a fact. And that's why it exists in almost every culture. There's very few patriarchal cultures. Very few cultures that are run by women. And that doesn't mean that women are less than men. That just means that you got to stop trying to make everybody even. Because we're not even when it comes to child rearing, we're not even when it comes to breastfeeding, we're not even when it comes to nurturing, we're not even when it comes to emotional intelligence. Women are superior to men in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
And if you try to make everybody the same, you're going to have a fucking bullshit world that doesn't exist.
Right. If you say, like, I think there was a story recently about a woman firefighter that got hired just because, like, they needed a woman firefighter. And it's like, you're going down a slope where it's like, if I'm stuck in a burning building, like, hey, if she can run up there, granted I don't weigh a lot, so if she can come up there and throw me over her shoulder and get me out of there just as fast, fantastic, awesome. I want her there then.
Patrice O'Neal was trying to say was that when someone is trying to be funny, like that it's all coming from the same place. It's all coming from a place trying to be funny. If it's coming from a place where you're trying to hurt someone's feelings, or you are discriminating, or you are being evil, that's a different thing. It's not the label, it's the intent behind it. We get all tied up in the words. Like they were trying to stop Bossy for a while. Were you aware of that? Yeah, they were trying to say that Bossy is like the new cunt. You know, like calling someone Bossy is like.
Well, they're doing that with he's what's it? Not ghetto, but what is the word that like these NFL players were trying to say? Gangster or ghetto is the new N-word. When he's acting really ghetto, like this one guy, what's Richard Sherman? People really flipped out on him because he was like went off on this football player in the middle of this interview after a game, and he's like, oh, he's all ghetto, he's acting all ghetto, and they were trying to say that's the new way of saying the N-word.
Artie on
yeah, and it just becomes something new. Everybody gets offended by other words, and it's just like, listen, the N-word and the F-word, there's definitely history behind that when the F-word compared to when you talk about gay guys, right?
Right.
There's a history of oppression out there that comes with that word, whereas every group wants to get their own word.
What about faggotry?
We are taking Charlie.
I can understand why. Okay, listen, you don't like the word faggot. I totally understand that.
Faggotry, though?
It's the same thing. I mean, listen, I say everybody can say whatever they want to. Either you like it or you don't, and we move on. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't watch the comedy. Don't watch the show. Don't buy the product. Move the fuck on.
Taken Delta.
Good job on Delta. Now do it for SD.
We are barely holding on.
Scout, report in.
Scouts.
Charlie is being attacked. Alpha is being attacked. We are taking gold. Delta is being attacked. We are taking gold. Alpha is being attacked. We are taking Echo. being attacked. We have taken control.
Fuck.
Chopper on A. In the river.
Charlie is being attacked. Charlie is being attacked. Foxtrot is being attacked. Foxtrot is being attacked. Scout, report in. We are taking Grove. Bravo is being attacked. Alpha is being attacked. Foxtrot is being attacked. We are taking gold. We have a lost Alpha. We are taking Alpha. Destroyed. Place another. We have taken Alpha.
Make a new tunnel, give me a second. 10 seconds for new tunnel.
Foxtrot is being attacked.
Yo, Mr. FF.
Yeah! Anti-air defenses are active. The enemy has no reinforcements. We are taking gold. Scout, report in. Our homes are safe. Swapping side.